Hey everyone, so today we're doing something a little different. We're not going to review a product, not really. Instead, we're going to take a look under the hood of its sales pitch. Our case study, an online ad for a wellness tea. We're going to see exactly how these things are put together. All right, let's get into it. So this is really the core question, right? How do they actually sell a wellness product online? You see an ad, but what's really going on? What are those specific tricks and techniques they're using to take you from just being curious to actually, clicking buy? We're basically going to map out that whole journey, just like the seller designed it. So yeah, our goal here is to just break down the anatomy of this pitch. We're going to look at all the key parts, how they create that sense of urgency, how they build trust, how they manage what you expect from the product, and then finally, how they make it feel like there's no risk at all in buying it. It's actually pretty fascinating when you see all the pieces laid out. All right, so let's jump into the first part. Now, you'd probably think a sales pitch would kick off talking about all the amazing things the product can do for you, right? Well, this one doesn't. It actually starts with a warning. And this is where it gets really interesting, psychologically speaking. Before you even hear a single thing about the tea itself, the person in the ad is positioning themselves as your guide, your protector almost. They're telling you they're looking out for your safety, for your money. And just like that, they start building this little bond of trust. And you can see exactly how they do it here. The pitch straight up warns you about scams and fake websites, painting this picture of the internet as this kind of dangerous place. And the only safe place to be, the only place to get the real deal, well, that's the official link they give you. See what they did there? They created a problem, all these scammers, and then immediately presented themselves as the one and only solution. Okay, so now that they've laid that groundwork, that foundation of trust, the pitch finally gets around to introducing the product. And you'll see how it just keeps building on that same feeling of safety and security. So, take a look at the language they use here to describe the product. It's all designed to back up that safety theme they started with. You hear things like made in the USA, produced in an approved facility, and it follows the American standard. I mean, these aren't just bullet points on a box, right? They're signals. They're meant to make you feel reassured, especially after you've just been warned about all the fake stuff out there.
Now this is a total masterstroke. They actually tell you, hey, pause this video, go do your own research, even show this to your doctor. By doing that, they project this image of being completely transparent and super confident. It's like they're saying, go ahead, check our work, we've got nothing to hide. And that is such a powerful way to get you to lower your guard and drop that natural skepticism we all have.
All right, next up is a really clever part of this whole pitch. After building up how great the product is, the seller suddenly takes a step back and, well, they kind of lower your expectations. It sounds like the opposite of what you should do, but let's look at why it's so effective. You see, they make this really important distinction. They say flat out that this is not some miracle supplement, and they warn you not to have fantastic expectations. Why would they do that? Well, by doing this, they immediately separate themselves from all those classic, scammy snake oil products. It makes the whole thing feel more legitimate, more trustworthy. It's for people who get that real results take time, it's not a magic pill. So we're getting to the final piece of the puzzle here. The seller has built trust, they've shown you the quality, they've set some very realistic expectations. There's just one last thing to do. Get rid of any fear you might have about making a mistake and wasting your money. And they do this with a classic sales technique. It's often called risk reversal. The whole idea is to take all that risk off your shoulders as the buyer and put it all on the seller. Because let's be honest, if you feel like you have absolutely nothing to lose, the decision to buy gets a whole lot easier, doesn't it? And this is it, the ultimate safety net. It's a simple, powerful promise. If you aren't happy with the product, for any reason at all, you get all of your money back. This is the knockout punch, designed to dissolve any last bit of hesitation you might have. It's a huge statement of confidence from the company, basically saying they'll take on all the financial risk. So, there you have it, a step-by-step breakdown of how a modern wellness pitch works, from that first warning all the way to the final guarantee. Now that you've seen how it's all put together, what do you think? What was the most persuasive part for you? Was it that appeal to safety at the beginning, the part where they seemed so transparent? Or was it that money-back guarantee at the end? Understanding these techniques doesn't just make you a smarter shopper. It gives you a really fascinating window into the whole psychology of persuasion.